Attorney General Pam Bondi found herself in hot water pretty much the moment she stepped into office because, according to reports, she began accepting gifts from individuals, from organizations. She took a trip, all things that she is legally barred from doing according to the Department of Justice's own rules posted on their own website. The top law enforcement official of the United States has apparently been breaking the law throughout her entire tenure by accepting illegal gifts. And when I say illegal gifts, I don't mean she's getting, like rare albino tigers. I mean, she's accepting gifts over the legal limit for what a Department of Justice employee, which she is allowed to accept. Because according to the rules of the DOJ itself that she runs, no Department of Justice official is allowed to accept a gift that exceeds a value of $20. Not 200, not 2,000, $20. So if you were to walk up to a DOJ employee, right, with an 18-pack of beer that cost you $22.50, they can't take it because it's over the $20 limit. And that $20 limit, you're not allowed to exceed $50 from a group or individual in a given year. So, a keg of beer for a DOJ employee, you can't buy it for them. It's illegal. And we have these rules for a reason. These are the top law enforcement officials in the country. If you're giving them gifts, they're going to be a little bit less likely or perhaps a little more hesitant to want to go after you. But Pam Bondi said, I don't care. And according to reports, she actually got into a bit of a, heated discussion with ethics officials when they told her repeatedly, you can't do this. And she pushed back. She was like, I'm going to do it anyway. And the officials, according to the reports, were like, we've never seen this happen. We have, typically they say every new administration, right? There's some growing pains. They don't necessarily know, so we do have to step in and inform them. And once we inform them, they're like, oh, okay, yeah, my bad, I won't do it again. Bondi, however, is the new exception because these ethics officials are like, she didn't care. She said she was going to do it anyway, and then she literally did do it. Some of these gifts include a soccer ball from the FIFA, World Cup Championship. She received a box of cigars from Conor McGregor, and she was a guest with Donald Trump at the FIFA World Cup Championship games, which that was the one that the ethics officials were like, no, you can't do it. You can't take more than $20 in gifts. And the seats that they have are worth roughly $73,000. $73,000 is a little more than $20, right? And Bondi said, I don't care. I'm going to go because I may need to brief him on, urgent matters. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. There is no reason why the Attorney General of the United States, who is in charge of prosecuting and investigating things happening in the country, there is no reason why that individual needs to be by the president's side at all times to brief him, because that's not a position where something imminent is necessarily happening. You know what I mean? Like Pete Hegseth at the Department of Defense, Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, Kristi Noem, Department of Homeland Security. Those are people who would encounter possibly things that the president would need to know about right that second, right? Like Department of Defense, Pete Hegseth could be like, listen, they're about to launch missiles over here and they could hit our allies. They could hit our base. They could hit our country. You got to get to the Situation Room now. That is something that, Hegseth would need to be right there with Trump. Kristi Noem could be like, listen, we have this terrorist group in the U.S. They're planning to bomb a building in the next hour. Okay, let's get on it. Situation Room. Rubio, same thing. Listen, we've got turmoil erupting over here right now. You have to get in and intervene. So Rubio, yes. Bondi? Hey, we're going to investigate this company for polluting this river and giving everybody cancer. And Trump would be like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't like cancer. Windmills cause cancer. Bondi, the most urgent thing Pam Bondi would ever need to tell Donald Trump could be said over a text message, folks. She does not need to be by his side. So their logic, their argument as to why she had to accept this gift is total bullcrap. Oh, and for the record, it's obvious she wasn't there in case she needed to brief the president because she also brought her husband. And then after the ethics folks went and talked to her after, you can't do that. The justification was no longer, I may have needed to brief him. They said, well, we didn't stay for the whole game. That's what they told the other, we didn't stay for the whole game. So we didn't, we kind of accepted the gift, but then because we didn't stay, it's not like we accepted the whole gift. This is the woman that is in charge of law enforcement for the United States. She herself cannot seem to follow the law and then offers the dumbest excuses imaginable when she gets caught violating the law. Thanks for watching, everyone. We're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.